everybody. I've got another story for you today. Today's book is called After the Fall by Dan Santat. And this one imagines the story after Humpty Dumpty. You know the old nursery rhyme of Humpty Dumpty, right? Well, at the end of that one, no one can put them back together again. This one takes the story of Humpty Dumpty a little bit further. After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santat. Dan Santat won the Caldecott Medal, which is the award given for the book with the best illustrations of the whole year. He won that for another one of his stories called Beakle, the Unimaginary Friend. Maybe you've seen that one at the library. It's a good one. This one we are reading because Dan Santat has given us permission to share his stories with our students on the internet during this time while we're at home. So thank you. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then, one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. There's his wall. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Oh, there he is. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. Now in this one we see his bed's up here, but Humpty's sleeping down here. What do you think? I think he's scared to go up high now. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things, like the good cereals that are up on the high shelves. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. Have you ever had something you wanted to do, but you were too scared to? Maybe because you were worried that you'd get hurt, or because you tried it before and something bad had happened. Sometimes we lose the courage to do things we want to do because we're worried. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then, one day, an idea flew by. I wonder if it's that paper airplane that gives him an idea. Have you noticed that the illustrations in this one are kind of gray and dreary? Why do you think that is? I think it's because Humpty's feeling sad. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying. Have you ever had something that didn't go right the first time? Especially something you thought would be pretty easy, but then it doesn't work out. So you try it again, and it doesn't work out again, and it doesn't work out again. It takes a lot of grit to keep going, doesn't it? Until I got it just right. Oh my, his is more than just a simple paper airplane. He's made a paper bird. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. What do you think was the accident this time? Something with the plane, huh? They always do. Oh boy. If he's going to get his airplane, what will he have to do? He's going to have to climb the wall. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. You ever been really scared but did it anyway? I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Boy, you really can't beat that feeling of conquering your fear, doing the thing you were scared about. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. Wait, look at those cracks. Humpty's cracking, but he's happy about it. What happens when you crack an egg that's got something important inside? You get a bird and learned how to fly. There was a bird inside that egg. I guess that's why he liked being so high. And that's the end. My challenge to you today is to either try something that worries you or scares you. Maybe it's learning to ride a bike, or trying a cartwheel that you know you're not very good at, or something like that. Or try something that's going to take a lot of tries or a lot of practice and stick to it. Maybe it's building that new Lego set. Maybe it's back to the cartwheels or another move like that you won't get right on the very first try. And tell me how you finally figured it out. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.